evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. We had a lovely Christmas and New Year break. I hope you did too. It's the new year. We should play some new games. Wait, let's finish the old ones first. They're the best kind. So, Jay, take it away.
Okay, so been a bit of an adventure. So, to recap a little bit further back, because we've been off for a couple of weeks. You had been on the trail of the egg, one stolen from you during an assassination attempt upon Zarut's life by one Lily Barkham, who you re-encountered in the depths of the Blue Blades base in the city of Tal Hazar. You chased rumours of the egg north and found it in a rich, bloody ritual in the city of Zaranatra, which you managed to intercept, and the egg hatched into a strange sapphire serpent that came to be known as Mirakai. Shortly after this, you sailed south, planning to follow up on rumours of Blue Blades congregating in certain areas of the seas, when you were ambushed by a large number of ships, all brandishing a similar sigil, a thunderous crown, before Mirakai suggested that they had some way of getting you out of there with Quarantine's help, and the entire ship was dragged into a whirlpool. The crew awoke on a beach in a strange realm with flowing waterfalls all around them and the sky replaced by a roiling sea. Both Zarut, Mirakai, and Quarantine were all separated, but after some efforts from the crew, you were reunited. Zarut managed to speak with a being who appears to be his patron, this very watery elf by the name of Marcilla. And Quarantine had been kidnapped by these strange hooded figures, very similar to the ones that had performed the assassination on the previous captain of the Elusive Tide, Garvey.
Yeah, I definitely got the short end of the stick there.
Yes. You reunited, met with the Sphinx Ahanra, who had been struggling to remember her previous life, but knew that she was stranded and alone and cursed the gods for her fate. And you made a deal with her to ensure her safe escape from the realm that she was trapped in exchange for some items of power that she granted you all. After some more travelling, you slew the assassins that had kidnapped Quarantine, discovered their connection to a particular god and that it had been subverted, and then tried to make your escape, resting up at a temple of bleached coral. You sailed down into a den of undead creatures merged with this coral, all undead yet still moving, still acting, but you're able to fend off the assault and escape, emerging on the surface of the sea, back in your home realm, just south of Orala's tomb, quite surprisingly considering how far north you've previously been. And that is where we are going to pick up. You can see Orala's tomb glittering far to the north, but it is night. I'm not sure what time it is nor what day.
First things, if we've started, Klein would be on the top of the deck, bow of the ship where he was previously, and would be looking out if it's night time for any ship lights or anything like that around us.
Make a perception check.
God, first dice roll with a year. Start as we mean to go on, boys.
Go on, Ed.
With my 6.
6. Yeah, there's definitely some dark sky and dark sea. You're kind of just amazed at the fact that you can see actual sky rather than just water wherever you look. There is still a lot of water though. You are on the sea.
Your orders, Captain. Shall I take us into...
Well, firstly, well done, everyone.
Ah,
We
well,
seem to have made it home. As it appears, Orala's tomb.
certainly looks that way.
That's a long way. Good. Yes. Sorry, Aldris. Please take us into Orala's tomb. We'll moor up and see where we go from there.
Roughly, yes, Captain. And roughly how long would I estimate it would take us to get to Orala's tomb?
Make a survival check for me, please.
Survival check.
I say survival or just straight intelligence.
Survival's fine. 10.
10.
It's going well.
You're not sure. It'll probably be a few hours.
Okay.
You're still a ways out. You can just see the glittering golden rooftops.
I will head for the glittering gold.
Okay. So, as you're sailing, Eyeless,
Yes.
as you've arrived on the surface, you feel at ease. The pressure from the sword on your back has died down, relaxed. And you can sense the magic back there reinforcing as you see this bright full moon above you.
Yeah. So, what the rest of the crew would probably see him do is walk to the very prow of the ship and plant the staff, and it sort of stands almost as if it's doing so on its own, and just spreads his arms, and you'll just see a silver pillar of moonlight descend over him and the staff as he begins to try and commune with Alaria and fulfill his part of the deal with Ahanra.
Make a spellcasting check using your wisdom.
It's not a bad start. 18.
18. Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, 18.
18. Sorry.
Glad someone finally noticed.
I just look in the corner of my Discord screen. I just see the hat. I'm like, no, that's not quite right.
Did you steal that
Took
from
me a moment. It's magnificent. I love it.
Of course I did.
So, back in the game. So, Eyeless, you kind of reach out in this ritual to Aliaria, and you can feel kind of that it's not warm but mild light, moonlight just resting on you, and you feel safe, and you feel drawn north.
But it would, by north, and would I know where it's pulling me to, or do I get some
You
sort
would
of
suspect
sense?
it's pulling you to Orala's tomb.
Okay, cool. And through this, sort of, I will communicate my direct visions of Ahanra, and the emotions of loss and abandonment, because I know that Alaria communicates a lot in metaphor.
Make as you do that, make an insight check for me, please.
Okay. Lovely. Cool. I'll do. 21.
21. You get a sense of newfound regret from the images you share.
Okay. I'm going to say that's enough for now. I've got some other ideas of what I want to do and share, but that'll be for another time.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do whilst you are sailing to Orala's tomb?
Yeah, Lack will be up in the fly's nest. He'll get his new fangled guitar-y thing, can't remember how to pronounce it, so I'm going to call it guitar, I think. And it's an 8-stringed instrument, and as it's got 4 arms and 4 hands, he uses all of them to play it. And it's sort of a bit weird, you know. It's like having half an orchestra up in the top of the sky.
Yeah.
He's just learning to play and tuning to it.
Make a performance check. See how we are doing.
18.
18. That's quite good, actually. A couple of you down on the lower decks can just see Randall just domp off in a strop because his musical talent has been outstripped.
And at the same time, I'll be doing a song of rest that anyone needs to get any hit points back.
I will say people are welcome to take a short rest should they wish, and they can benefit from Lack's song.
What's the Song of Rest? Is that an additional 1d6?
I believe it's
I think
it's his body
Or you
inspiration.
can some hit points back. I can't remember which one it is. Hold on.
Not actually sure what hit points I'm on because I was tracking that in that map on Roll20.
I can go and check that for you.
Is you or any friendly creatures who hear you regain hit points at the end of a short rest by expending 1 more hit dice. They get an extra d6.
I have Zarut on 27 of 41 on the Roll20.
Okay.
What am I? Just to double check. I think
Yeah,
I
can you
caught
just
up.
go around and do everyone?
Yeah, I've got Klein on 50 of 81. Balkan was still in octopus form, so I don't know if he took any damage. Ilus on 44 of 60. Quarantine on 37 of 49. Aldris on max health, 45.
Before you change it though, we leveled up, so I've got my additional hit points in D&D Beyond already. So I think I was right.
So you would add the amount of hit points you rolled from the level up as well. But yes. And Kirkin, you were in wild shape form, so I'm not able to really check for you. Though you're max health on the sidelined ones. Oh, and Lack, you're on 49 and 55.
Not anymore.
Going to this.
Yeah, I would have come out of form because I can only hold it for so long.
So, as the ship sails and Lack's song kind of resonates around, it's very strange. It's like listening to 2 people playing the instruments at the same time, but it's just one. Quarantine.
Can I try and work out how much time has passed looking at the stars?
Make a survival or a nature check for me, please.
I'm gonna go with survival.
Make a Celeste check.
17.
17. Okay. You kind of look up to the sky and you think it was like about midday, early afternoon when you sank down into the whirlpool. You would suspect that you are coming up on midnight currently, but that's a rough estimate. You
No,
don't
I'm
know
talking
what.
about the date. I was wondering how many days had passed, because you can do that by the constellations.
With a roll like that, I'm not sure you're certain. It's difficult to tell. But you suspect that it's not been a long period of time. You would hazard a day at most. Which is strange.
Captain, I'm just looking at the constellations, and I don't think more time has passed where we were than here. If that makes sense. 'Cause
Why
I know
would
there
it
are.
have?
I've heard stories of people disappearing for what seems like them to be moments, and they seem to have been gone for years. So we were in another realm. It wasn't completely against possibilities, but
Yes, no, fair. I hadn't thought of that, but good to know we've not lost too much ground on proceedings here.
In fact, I think we've probably gained some because we would not have been able to travel this far
Ah.
from where we were.
As this conversation finishes, you see Kent coming up, kind of leaning on his walking cane. Comes up to the two of you. Ah, perfect. Both of the people I wish to speak to.
Kent,
That
how's
was-
the injury?
Getting better. It's still difficult to walk, but I will do my best. But I would say the crew are rather exhausted at the moment, Captain. We've been going hard since Tal Hazar, so...
Yes.
Indeed.
Don't worry, I was planning on giving some shore leave when we get to Arala's tomb.
Sorry. My cable falls out sometimes and I can't hear anything. It's annoying.
I think shore leave is very wise, Captain.
I shall inform the crew that we will be taking a break next walk.
Yes, you all quarantine as First Mate. Probably quarantine's job, but
Very true.
You still need to rest, Kent.
yes.
Don't worry, I'll make the rounds.
Can't keep me in my bed.
Oh, I can try.
No. He gives you a very stern look, Quarantine.
It's
No.
more joking with Kent.
So, unless there's anything anyone else would like to do...
No, not for the time being.
Okay. So a few more hours pass, and you eventually find yourselves, oh my word, tiny elusive tide. There we go. I'm having trouble picking it up. There we go. You arrive in port at Orala's tomb, the bright moonlight kind of glinting and shining off the golden rooftops of this rather large port. I was working on a map, didn't quite finish it in time, so that'll be for next time.
Nothing seems out of place, does it, since coming back up for this?
Make
It
a
all
perception
seems...
check.
I was just going to say, as a cleric of Orala, does this seem normal for Orala's tomb? Does it seem... are people moving about in the right way? Is this really Orala's tomb? I want an insight
Make a
check to
perception
Doc,
check.
basically.
Make a perception check.
Perception
first.
check. Okay, cool.
Insight check the map.
Yeah.
It's like checking Orala and
So-
her tomb.
Yeah,
That's a real fiddy move.
it is. It's a natural 20 for 24.
Nice. And
perception.
Clyde?
Beats mine. I rolled a 4, so it's 8. So again, the new year, new start.
For a
Absolutely.
moment, Klein, you're like, where the fuck has it gone? Oh, you're looking in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Aldous, you kind of look out, and it seems quiet, but it is approaching 2-3 a.m., so you'd expect things to be quieter in the evening.
Uh-huh.
The only thing that kind of strikes you from the last time you were here is that there are a lot more ships about.
A lot more allied ships, or
With your perception check, yes, you can see a lot of flags among the
so there's
roster of deities that kind of align themselves with Orala. You actually see another ship bannered under Alcea in dock.
Interesting.
Another small, thin sloop, though a bit smaller than the Elusive Tide.
right, but there's nobody that's not affiliated with Orala.
You see a couple of ships with that high perception check. You see a couple of ships that are bearing what would be to your eyes the sigils of the most out of Orala's loop would be a couple of Aliaria allied ships, coupled with the moon sigil
Right,
on their flags.
okay. Interesting. All right, lovely, thank you. I will mention this to the captain. Captain, there is a lot more ships than the last time, including a couple from the chaps of the Moon Goddess. So Ilas might be interested in maybe popping along to see them.
I think that would be very good for Alice.
Just sort of look over at
This
Ilas.
situation.
Is Ilas compass mentis at the minute, or is he still communing with? It's been 4 hours, so.
Yeah, so the column of sort of silver light would have disappeared, but you can still see like the glow on the top of his staff, and he's reticent to let go of the feeling again after being denied it for so long.
Okay.
He's still focused on his meditation and prayer.
Righto.
Quarantine. What did we pick up in the undertow that we might want to sell? We should probably organise what we're going to keep and what we're going to sell first.
Well, we have. That's what I was just looking for.
I hope you've got a more comprehensive list, because I would have to search through reams of paper to find it all.
Well, we'll have all the stuff from the undertow and all of the stuff from the battle previous as well, won't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
We
I will have note that in your hold you currently have half a cargo slot of treasures from the undertow, which is what Quarantine's list will be, and your other cargo slot you do have the weaponry that the I forget the name of it, the ship that you intercepted and got the information about Zaranatra from.
Yeah.
Taking the Scaradon weapons from there.
Okay.
So I've got the storm lamp ornament. That's the slightly magical amethyst. That's like a lava lamp kind of dealio.
Yeah, it's the lava lamp, but with a storm in it.
The staff of frost, but I can't remember if we gave that out to anybody.
We don't.
We,
I've currently got that in my inventory, but
I thought Kirkin had taken that, or was I
No,
wrong there?
Captain kept a hold of it, but Kirkin.
Yeah, but Kirkin took the
there was an
opal
opal staff I gave to Kirk.
Yeah.
And I go Kirk in the Wand of Winter. That might be where you're getting a bit confused.
Yeah.
We've got 3 carnelians, large emerald, the 3 elemental
Lot of
birds.
gemstones.
And there's probably more. Oh yeah, silver ring, silver necklace, fancy goblet, several potions, boots of levitation, mace, dragon's wraith mace, ring of fire resistance, ivory dragon statuette, lots of gold coins. Can't remember if they got issued out or not.
I've got the gold in the ship.
There's
thing.
11 smoky quartz and 7 topaz as well.
Okay, I didn't have that written down.
I should be able to search through here and check.
Oh, fuck it. Let's put a partridge in a pear tree there as well.
And a kitchen sink.
Let that sink in. What again? So let's have a look. So,
Well, Quarantine, do you want to just pick out the things we might want to dish out and put the rest like in a pile to sell?
Yeah.
That's
here we go.
Martin saying that, Nat, can you please organise this for us? And also Captain saying, this is your job, Quarantine.
Oh yeah, Captain Martin.
We've got, here we go. I've got a list of the ones that are ticked off here. 6 lots of dark red carnelian. Is that 1 emerald?
Yeah.
I think that's 1 emerald.
Yeah, I got
And
an
then
emerald.
2
Large
artifacts.
I've got large emerald. Just want to point that out. It's a large emerald.
Yeah, large emerald. Box containing a set of golden loops.
Yeah, it's the jeweler's loops, which we were
jeweler's
potentially to Janine.
Did, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, we
you
did give those
that
to Janine. I have got them written
down. Amethyst, the large amethyst with the clouds inside, and then the staff of frost.
Well, no, we were going to give them to Janine, but she said that she preferred her own tools, and she said that you probably make a pretty penny off them if you sold them.
Yeah,
because they are
You're
very
right.
nice.
You're right.
Oh my
Yeah,
word,
they're not
here we
better
go.
than the ones she's got. They're just fancier.
11 smoky quart.
Yep.
A silver ring, a ivory dragon statue, a wine glass encrusted with gemstones, and a silver necklace. A potion of flying.
Yep.
Devon topaz. Boots of levitation. A red dragon's wrath mace, stirring, and a ring of fire resistance. Very valuable item. You didn't do that encounter. Oh my word! Yeah, this one's a mess. The items you got from Ahanra, which I ended up just doing what we did.
Yeah, they're personalised, so I'm not counting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that was it, actually. Yeah, that was it. You guys missed possibly the most valuable encounter, but oh well.
The only other thing we've got is a magic stone, which is the soul stone for Laurentius.
Ah, yes. The soul stone of, what's his face?
Yeah,
Laurentius, yeah.
Yeah, Laurentius Orlon.
Laurentius Orlon, yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Nobody's used or attuned to yet.
All on,
I'm still
all
stuck.
He's the one who wrote the 3 books that we've got.
Yeah.
So as we pull into port, just before we dock, I'm going to take out. A while back, everybody sort of chipped in, and I've got 30 gold for Orala, and I'm just going to take all of that 30 gold and just turn around from the wheel and just spread it out behind the ship as it comes into port. Orala, thanks for your assistance in our safe return to your shores. As ever, it is a pleasure to see you, my queen.
You throw them and they clatter, but you don't hear any splashes. All the coins vanish before they touch the water.
Fair.
And you swear you can tell that the light at the top of the temple just grows a little bit brighter.
I sort of turn around and look up and go, good to see you too.
So, you've arrived in Orala's tomb. It is past midnight, a very early morning. What would you like to do?
Sleep, I think, is probably the best way.
Yeah.
To slept for a few days. At least properly.
You've slept on board for quite a few days. So, okay. So, you're all bedding down for the night, are you?
Yeah.
I think so.
Again, Ilis is reluctant to leave the moonlight, so he will take the night watch.
Okay. Okay.
And then any of the other ships in dock will just be sort of ball of silver light move along the Elusive Tide's deck and just sort of wandering a protective circuit for the rest of the night.
Okay. So
I will just say something to everyone before we bed down.
absolutely.
I can't have the coffee. I'll just explain it. Just saying a big thank you to everyone. How I don't know how well we've all worked together to get through some difficult circumstances. Take a well-earned break, sleep on the ship or off the ship, up to you. The next day is free. Go and do what you want. We'll get stuff sold and money divvied out to people once that's done, and ask the officers, this lot, to pop by my office in the morning or when we're all slept.
Okay. The crew is appreciative and kind of cheer for you. Assuming a lot of respect for you as captain. So, as you bed down to begin to rest. Klein. I would like everybody other than Klein to deafen themselves.
Yes, PM.
Oh, someone pressed the wrong button there.
Oh, I was about to say it was James, but you're still here.
Wait.
So it's the pair of headphones one. There we go. I think we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. Klein, your sleep is not restful, not entirely. You kind of twitch into this dream. There's fire all around you. You're in the middle of a battle. You are cutting through various people in the fight. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Yes. 15.
15. You see brief flashes of sigils with blue swords as you fight through before your advance halted by a body landing in front of you. And you see this angelic figure with these fluffy white wings with metal grafted into them. And you look up and you see this dark blue skinned tiefling. Darker than Zarut, not your captain. No, this is someone different. As he lifts this gun and aims it at you, I'd like you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Yep. So you said fluffy white wings, dark blue skin tiefling, yeah? Angelic figure.
So the angelic figure is separate to the dark blue skin tiefling. Angelic figure seems to fall down dead in front of you.
So I'm just trying to... Yeah, okay, cool. And strength check, yeah?
Yeah, strength saving throw for me.
Strength saving throw. Is this... If...
I will say that you can have advantage because you are technically raging in this situation.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Cool. Completely different dice here because some of them have been fairly shy. Wow, 2 17s. So
Nice.
25.
25. He fires at you and you power through the shots, not letting them brace you as you knock him over and bring your axe down, slaying him. And in the wound on his chest, it opens and you see something glittering inside. Something shiny inside his chest. You reach down and grab it and pull it out, and you're holding in your hands what looks like a humanoid heart, but made entirely of gold. And as you ponder it, you wake up and it's morning.
Entirely of gold. Okay. With that, any idea who this figure was I was fighting? Who was shooting at me?
No clue. Not someone you've seen before.
Okay. Did he have any of the same sigils as the people who were fighting around me with the
Yes,
the
very
blue
much so.
the sigils? Have I seen them before?
Yes. Yes.
Blue blades?
Blue swords, yeah.
Blue swords.
Not sure everybody else has got the message yet.
Cool.
Hopefully
Okay.
they'll kind of pick up.
I was doing the dove from above. There you go.
Muted.
The dove
Bill,
from above.
Martin.
You back?
Yep.
There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah,
we're
apart
back.
from Debbie. Debbie is still
The
deaf.
only, the only
So,
problem with the deafened is it's hard to.
Back.
Rock.
Hooray! Everybody's back.
There we go. We're all good. Sorry. So you all awaken, fully rested. Anyone sharing anyone in the same quarters as Klein? I don't think so.
I'm normally on my own.
I'm taking up, snuggling up with Mirakai.
So you all awaken, fully rested.
Oh,
There's
that
a piece of
sounds nice.
paper
Can I get that in
through the
real life?
strings of your instrument, Lack.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'll be very confused and open it and read it.
You open it and read it, and you just see the words written in Zopteran language. Keep up the good work. Nothing else.
I'll burn it.
Okay. I'm not Matt Mercer. I can't just rip up the pages, but you know, I don't need that anymore. Cool.
It disconcerts me a bit that someone could have got to me and put that in my strings of my instrument without me noticing. That's why it's just been burnt.
Sure. No, it's not a problem. Okay, so
I would like to try and find Eyeless before anyone leaves the ship,
certainly.
please.
Yeah. You'll
Sorry,
probably
that is very
find him
demanding.
sort of asleep, propped up against the central mast.
So I'm assuming we can all have a long rest at that point.
Yes. Yes,
So,
you've
yeah.
all awoken for a long rest.
I'd obviously check the quarters first, not seeing Eyeless there. I'd then get like two mugs of tea, coffee. I'm sure by now we know what each other drink when it's not alcohol. I go up to the deck and just kind of crouch down in front of Eyeless and give him a shake on the shoulder. And first of all, be like morning, and then offer him the cup.
Yeah. So you'll sort of still see that little silvery glow about him, which, you know, you can tell he's happy to be home.
Yeah.
And he just sort of gently wakened. Good morning to you, Mr. Klein.
You're looking much better, you are, Mr. Eyeless. Glad to see it. Are you awake enough for me to pick your brains for a little bit?
Of course.
So, remember, quite a while ago now, we had a conversation about you maybe seeing a few things while streaming and that. I can't remember all of the information you gave me, but I had quite a similar experience last night. Although very specific to me, no one else was involved. But this vision, this dream, this whatever it was, kind of started off with being surrounded by flames and fire.
It's one of these cases where I'm really hoping that the description I gave was accurate.
In the middle of a fight, surrounded by a load of people, enemies I may add, wielding swords of a particular colour and sigil on, which we all know about. And he'll kind of, not trying to patronise, but obviously Klein doesn't really understand everybody else's intelligence as such. But the blue blades, he'll say a bit quieter. And I started running, and then this body fell down right in front of me, and it was, well, I suppose the only way I can describe it was a very angelic figure, with white fluffy wings, which was just dead. I continued to run and was faced by, well, quite an adversary, I suppose, and had held this massive pistol up at me and shot, and I just powered through. I eventually ended up killing him, and the wound that I'd done to their chest opened up, and it was like there was something shiny in it, and when I went to it and picked it up, it was a humanoid heart, made out of gold, and that's where it stopped. And I have no idea who this person was, didn't recognise him or anything.
Is any of this tweaking anything for me?
The only thing that would be recognisable to you outside of the blue blades, the blue-skinned tiefling figure, not familiar at all, but the angelic being would strike you as being possibly related to the Bronzeborn, strange, divine beings beings who have wings made of metal that they make themselves. They're rarely seen beyond their city of Nevea or occasionally the port of Skywatch.
Oh, well, Mr. Klein, we do have a conundrum, and we seem to be the ones who keep attracting them.
I know,
But
right?
if I was a betting man, and I'm not because the mother frowns on that sort of thing, but if I was, I would say that the angelic figure could be one of the Bronzeborn, rarely seen outside of their city, but there are a few that frequent Skywatch. That may be our next port of call.
But I thought that's where we were going next as well, though.
Well, we are certainly headed that way. Or at least we should be.
I feel
And
like
I'm going to go out on a limb here. And if we inquired of the captain of the description of Kaishun, I'm fairly certain that it would match this tiefling in your dream.
oh yeah, I'll speak to the captain next then. But I feel like I know you said that you and when I went with Aldous as well to Orala's tomb the last time we were here was kind of told I need to find these three gemstones for my trident, and this kind of feels like this could be one of the trials for it.
This would definitely seem like it could be one of them. And it's all well and good to pay homage to the other gods, but remember whom you serve.
No, definitely I do. I need to at some point, like you said before when we kind of first met, I never really do it, never really talk to him, but I need to for Aranra's sake, so...
Our worship of the Mother is different. I worship in a very open and, I suppose, traditional way. You worship her through battle. And equally, and it is not lesser in her worship, but it's useful to dabble in other forms of worship from time to time.
Definitely. And I think, not just because it's time, but we should do it more often. Probably make it like a New Year's resolution, I suppose.
Yes, I don't make those.
I try not to, but yeah. But yeah, thanks, Olus. I'll try and find the
I
cap-
would speak to the captain next. Ask him for a description. Tell him of what you've seen. He will be open to it. We have to trust him in the same way he trusts us to do our jobs.
Indeed.
I will note, I believe the captain called for the ground team officers to
Yeah.
attend to his quarters once a week.
So once we've sort of getting towards this sort of ending of our conflab, we'll sort of make our way towards the captain's office once we see everybody else congregating.
Is everyone else heading to the captain's office? Is there anything anyone wants to do before they go there?
Let's check on Mirakai before I go.
They seem quite sleepy, but relaxed, and their leg seems to be healing.
Okay.
I'll be just loitering outside the captain's office until someone else gets there, sort of hopping from one foot to the other.
Yeah. So, not sure if it's okay to go in yet because you don't know if you're too early.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I can't remember whether I'm an officer or not, so I'm sort of waiting to be.
Where are you
either
first
called
mate?
in-
Or your
Yeah.
ship's
And then there's that awkward
next to the
moment
captain,
where
and then
you've got there early, but everyone else has got there even earlier and gone straight in, and you're just stood outside. So
I'm just
you're
standing
waiting
outside,
for someone to
waiting.
go, "We're inside, mate."
Mm.
Well, I think like me and Eilish would be pretty close to it, and would probably be the first one you'd see walking up.
Yeah, so everyone would start congregating at the door to the captain's office.
And then as soon as I get there, I'll give it a Klein knock on the door.
Come in.
open.
Do we all go in?
And I'll
Yes.
gesture
yes, Mr.
towards
Balkin.
Balkin.
Yes. You should go first, I think.
I forgot the sausages.
Don't worry about it. We can get sausages later.
Okay.
And I'll just sort of gently push Balkin towards the open door.
I will find like a wall to stand against right at the back.
With your
Awkwardly.
shell hitting it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be sort of half perched on the edge of my desk and sort of stand on the desk.
Oh no, it's a health and safety talk.
As long as he hasn't got the clipboard, we're fine.
No, but he has got an apple that he's kind of throwing with one hand.
If you've got an apple, it's redundancies.
Yeah. Well, we do have a lot of crew, and I've been trying to work the
Yeah.
my own spreadsheet to figure things out, and I'm like, oh my god, we're up to 17 crew and 7 officers
Wow.
and a
We
captain.
need to slowly kill them off.
Well, to be fair, I think that was kind of the idea of the, the fight when we were making our way up the spout, but we were just a little bit too good at keeping them alive.
Yeah.
I think I almost got eyeless in that fight, but Balkan rescued you.
So, morning all. Hope you're all well rested.
Nice to be able to see the sky again.
I know. We've got a few items that quarantine has sorted out. Just wanted to give everyone first option on those before we sell anything. So, quarantine, do you want to start with that?
Of course, Captain. So, we do have boots of levitation for anyone who wants to get around a little easier. This does occur an attunement slot, so just letting you know.
What's an attunement slot?
I think it's where you have
Is
to
it like
get
a
an instrument, like Lack does. You know, when he tunes up in the when he's playing.
Is it like a tuna fish?
Is
It
the
could
crow's
be.
nest Black's attunement slot?
Yes,
If
I
you
think so.
try and have too many special magical items, they end up not working. So you can only have so many.
Or
Right.
that could be that as well. I don't know.
There's a Dragon's Wraith Mace, which is known as Stirring, which does extra fire damage, and you get, and it does extra damage. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made using this weapon, and if you roll a 20, each creature of your choice within 5 feet of the target takes 5 fire damage because it goes woof. So get
Arcs as well.
many
It's a dog.
fires.
It won't do the 21. Because that's for slumbering, not stirring.
The first thing it says is the stirring weapon has the slumbering property.
Oh.
The dragon
They
items,
collect.
the dragon
Oh.
horde items stack up. So it has both slumbering and stirring.
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine like Quarantine's written tags on all of them. And she's just reading off the tags.
Actually, I have them in my inventory so I can have a look at them at the moment. So
Oh, you've got tags then.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Corentin's got a little notebook and she's going through. And it's like, so this one's labeled D. That
I'll
is.
just- I'll whisper to the client and go, "What's a +1?"
Well, should we talk about them as we go? Boots of levitation. Anybody? Any takers?
No thanks, Captain.
your crew.
It
Subtle
mentioned
hint.
that to him.
That's a hint.
Captain, do you think that the boots would be good for our little friend Gabby, for her to get around?
I mean,
She-
Gabby is quite agile in herself, and her brother makes her all sorts of devices to be able to move around quite quickly. But
Yes, but these can make her fly, which you could get other places quite quickly, and
I mean,
you know,
somebody
stab
who's
people.
somebody who's very stabby is a a good thing to have a fly. Look at Mr. Lack, for example.
Very
What
true.
would boots of levitation do on somebody that can already fly?
No.
Double fly.
No.
So just
To give them to Gabby, so we have two flying stabby people.
Oh, two stabby people.
just a question here, because the levitation spell is different to the fly spell. So levitation only rises them up a certain amount. You cannot move unless you are pushed or you are doing the one moving about.
That's a good point.
However, I will also point out that Gabby does have an ability to grapple hook to places. So she has a mechanism of moving herself about.
There you go.
Seems like the perfect match to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, Gabby seems a good choice for that. The mace. Anybody from the mace?
You'll just see Klein grip his trident quite a bit more tighter and sort of kind of like.
Perhaps Proshka?
Roshka already has a magical mace. I wondered if maybe Mysis or
This is like the most lackluster auction ever.
Mysis.
she's sort of cleric adjacent.
Mysis is a cleric.
It's
Just
a deaf
described as
speaker.
Yes. It's because I didn't want to give explicit class names to the crew. Because I'm a bit weird like that.
Possibly, perhaps we can see if you can get a good price for that.
There's not really many other people what use a weapon, is it? They're spellcasters and stuff like that. So
Captain, I have a ring here which I can no longer use. Now I have started using my guitar. It is a ring of protection if anybody else would like to use it.
I already have a cloak that does the same, but thank you for the offer.
I might be interested in that, Black.
And I'll just flick it over to you. Again, it takes an attunement slot, but it's +1 to your AC and +1 to all your saves.
I'll just pop it on the desk for now.
We also have a ring of fire resistance. If anyone's planning on wrestling in a volcano anytime soon.
Klein will kind of like half put his hand up and be like, I'd be inclined to keep hold of that. Not me personally, but as in just the ship.
It won't fit around the ship.
We've been to a volcano before, Captain. And I don't think it's the last we've seen of like any fires.
Okay. Well, as my
As you're discussing, there's suddenly as Vulcan leaves the office in a hurry.
I was just thinking, Captain, as well, that ring of protection maybe will help Vulcan when he goes into his shapes.
Does that still work when he?
I do not know, but it may do.
Kirkin, you might be able to answer. A ring of protection. Would that carry over to your shape-changing form?
Again?
I believe it would. I
Can't
don't
see
think
why
there's
it
anything that explicitly would stop it, and there are
You're-
magic items.
You're
Vulcan
attuned
has
and
one.
wearing it still, so
Yeah,
Mm.
because you hang on. So you retain your skill proficiencies, saving throw proficiencies. Retain any benefits from retain a benefit from any features from your class, race, or other source, and can use them if the new form is physically capable of doing so. So, you can benefit from a ring that you're attuned to, any item you're attuned to.
That's a
Neither
good
does
idea then.
Captain.
Excellent. Yes, perhaps Balkan would be a better option, or Kirkin. Perhaps you two should roll over it.
Kirkin, perhaps.
I
Would it
would
stack with my
leave.
14 thing?
With your sorry, what?
I have that thing that makes my armor class 14 on my wild shapes.
It's a fire protection, so it gives you resistance to fire, I believe.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was still the ring.
No,
of
no,
protection, so-
Lack was talking about his ring of protection.
Oh,
Yes.
well, sorry. Yeah, that would, I believe. It's a benefit you gain, so it would raise your AC in that form.
You take it, Kirk.
If you
Balkan's
wish.
left, so
I'm not there. I'm not there, so.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
well, as Balkan is left, and hopefully he's gone to get me some breakfast because he failed to bring it first time.
Oof. Wow.
Oh, that was mean.
That cut down as well.
That seems like an oversight on your part, considering you didn't ask him for a name.
Kirkin, do you think you would benefit from this ring?
You
You're
are currently muted.
You're muted.
Someone
Ooh, actually,
stinking ring.
I
no,
may
I've
do.
got a better idea.
So glad I am muted.
No, you'll appreciate it, don't worry. Perhaps Balkan could use the ring because the last item is the Staff of Frost.
Ah, yes, that I did wish to request, Captain.
But if you would rather the Ring of Protection,
No, I believe the staff will be of better investment.
yes, your staff's ability to absorb the power of other staves is very interesting. So
Yes,
unless
I-
anybody else has a use for the staff in itself, I'm happy for you to take it, Kirk. Seem excited. Good.
I was waiting for someone else to object. Going with the whole lackluster auction theme.
Well,
My
yes,
thanks,
Lack is
Captain.
very shiny this morning. It's full of luster.
Probably very recently shed.
Okay.
So the boots to Gabby, the staff to Kirkin, Lack's ring to
Balkan.
Balkan, and then keeping the ring of fire resistance as a just in case, and selling the mace. Is that correct?
Seems about right.
Very well, Captain.
Thank you, Quarantine. So, yes, what else is on the agenda?
Well, I imagine we'll need to resupply because the journey app before everything kicked off is going to have taken quite a lot of our stocks, and there are bound to be some repairs still needing after.
Absolutely. Yes.
And
Well, once we've sold the items that we have, we can. I'll know how much money we have for maintenance and supplies.
I was wondering if Lack,
Yes.
you are excellent at overhearing about certain things.
I can.
Can you gather any info on the ships belonging to the Kingston crew, the ones that attacked us before we went on our grand adventure?
I will keep my ears open and my eyes sparkling.
As always, of course.
And our next destination, Captain.
Well, before we get to that, we do have Alhambra to think about.
as you say that, footsteps echo back in, and you see Balkin walking in with several plates with freshly cooked tuna.
Not sausages.
I bought you tuna steaks. You kept going on about needing tuna something.
Oh, excellent.
You get an inspiration for that one, Dan. That was beautiful.
I'll just hand them round.
When I take mine from him, I'll just sort of kiss him on the top of the head if I can reach.
It's not sausage, by the way, Quarantine. It's fish.
I'm partial to fish every now and again as well. Don't worry.
Okay.
No.
Balkin, brilliant.
Bad.
Thank you,
Bad
Balkin.
quarantine.
Well, it's because I didn't bring you breakfast as well, and I couldn't have that. I'd be heartbroken if I forgot.
Well, I certainly wouldn't expect you to bring me breakfast, but I appreciate this gesture.
Thank
did
you,
I
Balkin.
miss?
Oh, you
And
got, a new,
I will pick up a tuna steak and just...
you got a new ring, Balkin.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute, and I'll grab a steak, eat it, and then take the ring.
This will help make it harder for people to hit you, regardless of what form you're in.
Right.
Take it and say thank you, darling.
Thank you, darling.
You'll be an extra slippery octopus then.
Yeah. But what if it falls off in octopus form?
It won't. It will resize itself. Don't worry.
How do I do that? Just do it.
It will just do it.
It's magic.
Oh, yeah, I'm really clever. Cool. I'll put the ring on.
So it's a ring of protection.
Okay.
So, Alhunra, we did make a promise to find her mate.
That's another
How
thing
do
we need to...
we go about that?
Any rumours, perhaps, but people talking about sphinxes is not going to be common, but our magical friend might know a way of tracking something like that.
Given the Sphinx's origins, I may be able to help if given enough time.
Okay.
And I notice during my walk, during the night watch, that several vessels close to our heart are in dock. I will consult with them and see if they've seen any of the signs.
Excellent. And that goes for anyone while we are on, surely. Sorry, Aldris, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Captain, I think I should pay a visit to Bethsaida to obviously pay my respects and tell her
I
what
will
we have
join you
learned.
if that...
Yes, of course, and ask perhaps about our Sphinxy friend.
Yes.
Seems there was
Perfect.
there were a lot of Orala symbolism down there.
Mm.
And I suspect that he might be one of the best people to ask about this.
Quite.
No, Mr. Aldous, we may need to provide a larger donation than normal, and
That was going to be my... No, if this goes for anyone, if you have to grease the wheels, as it were, when getting any information that we need, get a receipt and put it through as an expense claim, and I will reimburse you.
Say.
With great respect, Captain, the donation comes from a willing heart. It will be received more kindly. And he will still hand the 30 gold purse to Aldris as part of the whatever you decide to give.
Orala thanks your donation, and I will pass on your best wishes to her and all her consorts.
I will also... I'll save the 30 gold.
Perfect. Again,
Well,
Orala thanks you and anyone else who wishes to donate to her worthy cause of being rich.
Klein hands over 100 gold.
Mr. Klein, as always, you are very generous.
Nope. You've helped me out in the past and will continue to do so in the future, so thank you and your deity.
I will again pass on your best wishes to Orala and Bethzaya when I speak with him.
okay. So then the last thing is... Oh, Bolgin, yes, please.
Sorry to talk in the officers' meeting, but I don't think this really works for me.
Silas will
I
basically
put it on.
behind him and nudge him forward, so he can actually be in the middle.
Bolgin, you are a valued member of the away team. If you have something to say, you are free to do so.
Falcon starts crying immediately.
Klein just goes up to him and gives him a hug.
I'm alright, just leave me alone, Clyde, I'm alright. The ring doesn't work for me. I don't know if Lack broke it, but maybe someone else can have it. Out of character, I've got 3 achievement slots.
Too much tuna, huh?
When did
Yeah.
you do that?
So someone else can have it, I don't mind. But thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah.
And I'll just quickly
That's it.
retreat back to the side of the room.
Just as he
Forgot
goes
about
back,
that.
Klein gets him another steak and just gives it to him.
I'd be like a seal.
Well,
Does anyone else seek extra protection and has the ability to do so?
I do not have the ability, although it would be nice, but I am stacking up resistance like shit, so don't bother.
If nobody wants it, then I will put it back in my pocket.
I will take it if I have the ability to wear it
Oh,
and
of
make
course.
use of it.
It's like, me.
I don't tend to get too involved in requiring extra protection. That's what Poe is for, and Tentacles. But it wouldn't hurt. I'd certainly make use of it.
It doesn't stop you from getting attacked, though, Captain.
No, true. But
Of course,
yes.
it'll also help on your saving throws, which is always good for concentration spells and things as well.
Great point. Yeah. Oh, I've just picked up advantage on that.
Woof.
Okay. Yes. Well, I'll take that then. Second.
No, continue.
Warlock stuff. If that's what you were questioning.
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
So the last thing is an Eldritch invocation.
Yeah, cool.
The last thing is what next? Where do we
Well-
head after here?
I thought, Captain, that we were heading back down this way anyway, and the mentions of potentially Skywatch to
Is
see
it
your old friend.
Skywatch? I couldn't quite remember. I knew it was south. Oh, we're not far from Skywatch.
It also does depend on any information we get on our friend's mate.
Yes.
Of course. But
Yes.
yes, so I
Mr. Klein, tell him the rest of it.
Well, I was going to tell him without everybody else here. I was just going to... But no, everyone's here,
Oh.
so yeah. Right.
I'll go to Klein and push him in the middle of the circle. Like,
Thank you, Vulcan. So... Right, I had a vision or a dream or something last night whilst I was asleep. And,
Too much cheese, Mr. Klein.
no, I had no cheese before bed last night. I think I was fine. And I will
But the
Tell
moon's
everybody.
made of cheese.
Oh.
You're a warrior of the moon.
And you're one of the moon boys.
you're a cheesy warrior.
I will lament everyone with the tale. You've all heard me say it to Arliss, so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the added extra will be that have you? Could you give us a description of the person we're going after, Captain? The one.
This- I will note this is where my description in the vision may have been a little bit off because I don't think I actually have a proper.
And I have not given you one, so your description is now canon.
Yeah, I envisioned him as being similar to you, so
Yeah.
in a way.
Of your nemesis, Captain, if you will, and I'll be able to see if it was him or not.
I will say the description that I assume matches your
Almost to a T. Well, almost to a T.
almost to a tiefling.
Ooh, right.
It's when you get really angry and
that's-
throw the cup across the room.
Yeah.
That's
Makes sense now why you wanted to keep that ring. You are planning on wrestling in a volcano.
well. That's kind of why I said it, and it may not be just for me, but for anybody here, we know that's potentially something we're coming up against. But it looks like at some point in the future, Captain, it's a battle ahead to be had with the Blue Blades.
And I believe that the other angelic figure he saw in his vision is one of the Bronzeborn who keep to themselves in Navia, their city, but a few of them do frequent Skywatch.
Have I heard of these Bronzeborn? They have gold hearts. This seems like a...
No, I will point out the Gold Heart was supposedly in Kaishun, not in the Bronzeborn.
Oh,
Bronzeborn
okay.
was a different figure that fell.
Right, okay. Well,
But
I was interested in the
fact,
gold heart, so...
Yeah, fun fact for the people who were in the Foretold Heroes, you may remember Jasmine.
Yep.
The Arsamar Tinkerer. She was a Bronzeborn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's the kind of Arsamar I think we're working with here.
Not
I don't think the gold heart was mentioned here, was it? So
I would have told the whole thing of
Right.
killing this figure,
Helena.
and the everything what happened within it. I would definitely have said that for sure. Revealing everything to the captain and everyone, just so we know what we're going into, basically.
yeah, Aldris would have been interested in the gold heart part. I was wondering if he'd ever heard of somebody having a gold heart.
Make a history or a religion check.
I'm going to go with history.
Okay.
No, I'm not. That's a 7.
7. Nah, I mean it'd be pretty. It'd be very impressive.
Yeah,
Piece of
Orala
metal
would
work.
definitely like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But no significance as
Okay.
far as you can tell.
Just whilst we're having this conversation as the crew, PM, if I took a glance at the captain's pistol, similar to the one in the vision.
Not quite. The one in the vision looked a lot more, a lot older, a lot more used. I believe Did you guys get that note? There was a note about the pistol. Oh no, it's in the flavor text on the pistol. Sorry, my bad.
Okay,
But
no, that's fine.
It's definitely a similar kind of like structure of a revolver pistol. This heavy, dangerous pistol.
Yeah. No, I didn't really feel anything within the vision, but I know I was angry. I was raging whilst running towards this figure, and they shot a couple of times at me, and it did seem very similar to your pistol, Captain, but a lot older. But I managed to kind of just stride through it and get to them. I've never done visions before or anything like that, so this could just be a forewarning of stuff to
very
come.
specific, and for you to recount the exact appearance of Kaishun, I think it is no dream.
Has Klein got any bullet wounds or anything on his body?
Make a perception check.
You'd probably be able to see because I don't have much on my top. I haven't even checked.
Yeah.
Good question.
Perception. Come on, be good. Oh, that's not too bad. 22.
22. No bullet wounds, just toned abs with little flecks of salmon on them.
And bits of tuna.
Little flecks of salmon.
Bits of tuna, sorry.
Tuna.
oh, you did say, you're right.
Okay, cool. Just
Oh.
interested. So if it was no dream, then maybe it was actually real. But there you
We
go.
can leave our feelers out for sights of Ahanra's mates, deal with Kaishun and Skywatch, and then continue our search as we promised to do.
Okay. Seems like a plan. Is there any other business? Or should I adjourn this meeting?
Just a day free, Captain, then head off tomorrow, or?
I think so. We need a break. And not too early tomorrow in case we want to go and have a good night tonight.
One thing, Captain, that I should mention. When I woke up this morning, there was a note in the strings of my guitar.
I thought you were starting a blues song there, Black.
No,
But,
unfortunately.
what did the note say?
Was your doggy dead?
It said, keep up the good work. What confuses me is A, who would put that in my guitar and how they did when I was in the fly's nest, and I do not sleep heavily. I find it quite concerning.
Do you have the note?
No.
I should also note, James, just in case you missed it, the note was written in your native tongue. It was
Oh, yeah.
written in Zopteran.
It was
Woke up this morning.
Mazopterum was dead.
It was written in Zopteran.
Curious.
Very. I thought I'd better mention it to you in case it has an impact on anything we do.
My instinct says that the note was delivered via magical means, Black. I find it hard to believe anyone could have written and placed that upon your person with nobody noticing.
Unless, of course, it was another Zopteran, like
Ooh,
Mr. Lack,
could have
who is also equally stealthy.
Possibly. But it was a note of encouragement.
It seemed to be, yes.
Still, quite rude you didn't wake you up.
Someone is keeping tabs on us.
Well, we have many entities keeping tabs on us.
Do Zopterans have a deity?
That's a good question. Do Zopterans have a deity?
That's a question. Make a history or religion check whilst I refer to my notes.
Quickly write up the religion of the Zopterans.
Landlubber's Guide. No,
12.
that's the wrong one. 12.
Let me just
Not
have
as
a
far
look,
as-
let me have a look at my description, see what it says. Faith blank. So even if there are any, I don't believe in them.
See, I
Not
have
really. Zopteran have always been far more pragmatic. They've always been, oh, we'll believe what you want us to believe. Just pay us well and we'll work for you, kind of vibe.
We leave the faith to those more susceptible to such things.
Could be that some deity has taken an interest in you.
Well, the shore, or the key heading is a lot fuller, isn't it? So maybe there's a lot more alloy chips about. So maybe there's another one of your kind about, Black. I reckon.
It's also a possibility.
Maybe heard it as we were coming into shore last night.
Okay. Well, we'll all keep an eye out for everything. But for now, let's go. Let's do the quick jobs that we need to do, and then we can come and enjoy a day.
As
Right,
you make your
Corinth.
way,
I will come with you to see the lord of the island.
Of course.
Quarantine, are you okay going to sell the items?
Of course, Captain.
I'll
If
go with the
anyone-
quarantine captain just so we can keep eye on the bounty we've got.
Sure.
Jay, quick question.
Was that
Yeah?
the bounty or my booty?
I want to try and get my bolt slinger upgraded. The emerald, the large emerald we've got, would that be enough to do the job?
Possibly, I would have to check, and I'm about to call for a break as you step off the ship. So
Okay.
If it is, then I'd speak to the captain and
I will let you know after the break if I
trade
can.
it for some of my loot.
I'll figure that out, and I'll let you know after the break.
All
Okay.
right. Enjoy the break. Back really soon. And welcome back. We're just about to get off the ship and do some shopping and or information gathering, I believe. PM.
So, you finish up with your officer meeting and take your steps onto the quay, and the most solid steps you've had in a while. Even though there was solid ground down in the undertow, it never quite felt permanent. Not like here.
before we leave the ship, Eyeless would don his sort of most, I want to see magisterial of his silver, of the his special robe, basically.
His pretty boy dresses, yeah.
That fits over his armor, and it's sort of just a mixed weave of silver and white,
Very fancy.
edged in sort of the purest of silver, and it sort of very quickly denotes his station within the hierarchy of ally area.
Okay, so what are we all doing then? What are our
I'll just
plans?
be looking awkward and I'll be like, I don't. Where should I go?
Wherever you want to, Balkan. Is there anything you want to do? Want to see? Want to buy?
I don't know. I'll wait till the captain tells me what to do.
Today is yours to do with as you wish, Balkan.
Captain, I'm likely to suggest will tell you to go and have some fun.
Okay. And I'll just wander off into. I don't think I didn't go off the ship last time.
You did. You went to play darts.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you
Oh,
learn
yeah,
how to
they
play darts.
did.
This is where you
Yeah.
learn how to play darts.
I'll go back there then.
Okay.
Defend my
Vulcan.
title.
Darts, I have Zarut and Aldris heading to speak at the Temple of Orala.
Yep.
I've got Quarantine and Klein selling the Horde. And I've got Lack heading to the Jadesmith, I believe.
Yep.
Balkan and Eyeless. And Eyeless and Kirkin. What are you two up to? What are you two planning on doing?
I am going to stay on the ship and start reading my book.
Okay. Get some hours in your book.
Although wasn't one of our crew members a Jade Smith?
Yeah. Yeah, there is one of your crew members is a Jadesmith.
Janine!
I'll go and speak to Janine.
Okay.
Make my bolt singer better, if you please.
I can see why you're pop art.
Yeah.
Bug bard.
my- Kirkin is on board reading. And Eyeless?
I will be going to see the fellowships of the Moon People and see what I can find out about. What I can find out.
Let's roll to see who we follow first. Oh, I feel that's appropriate. We'll start with Lack.
Okay.
So you find Janine kind of wrapping up her possessions as she's planning to step off of the ship for a little while. Oh, hello, Mr. Lack. How can I help you?
I was wondering if you were able to make this better. And I'll take out my emerald bolt slinger.
Oh, it's finely made. I could. It would take a lot of material to do so.
Well, I have this, and I'll take out the large emerald, which of course I've discussed with the captain in quarantine beforehand.
She puts her stuff down, kind of sits cross-legged, and pulls out her tools and starts kind of assessing the emerald.
Did I miss this?
Yeah, you obviously did.
Lack
Before-
was borrowing
before
the
the bolt.
emerald to.
I was going to
Okay.
trade the emerald for my share of the loot so I could upgrade my bolt slinger. So did that whatever it's worth from whatever I get in loot. And if there's anything, whatever.
This one has to be worth at least 1,000 gold. But to enhance. Did I write down some prices in here, perhaps? Write down notes. It's really, really worth it, honest. Yeah, that's Tutland. Yeah, cool. Right. So I would say you would still need a few more 1,000 gold to make an improvement. Unfortunately, it's quite complicated. You see, you have to kind of takes a lot of work and a lot more to improve it.
How much more would you need? And I will go and get it.
It's probably with this emerald, I would say another 2,000.
I will be back. Thank you.
Okay, I will await you here.
And then I'll head off to the gem merchants.
Okay. So, as Lack is flying off, let's see where in the world we go next. Reroll. Cool. Quarantine and Klein. You guys are heading to the markets to sell your haul?
Indeed.
Did
So-
Did you say there was like a half a hold full of weapons or something? that
You
we
had
got?
half a cargo slot of the treasures, so the stuff you're currently carrying, and you had a full cargo slot of weapons, Zaranatra Scaradon-made weapons that you had liberated from the ship that you attacked. The name's still escaping me, but I think it escaped me even when I was doing that session, so it's normal.
I'll just be walking around behind Quarantine. She knows where she's going with the items in tow, on shoulder.
So, as you're walking along, Quarantine, the Silverleaf, that was the one. You see that some shops have changed hands recently, and you see a new jeweler's has been kind of set up afresh. Titled, if I can find it. No, this is too far. This is Talazar Notes. I had it, and then I was so dumb to just turn off of it. Damn it. Where are we? No, that's. I'm very good at this DMing thing. Trust. Right. All this. All this. Horntusk Jewels. And as you look inside, you see a rather dapper-looking green-skinned tiefling kind of give you a smile and a wave.
I will head in there first then.
Quarantine, I believe it was. Good to see you again. Ram, the green-skinned tiefling, welcomes you in. As
It's
you
one
can
of
see,
the ones that had the market.
one of the ones that was at the market, yes, part of your competition.
Yeah, with all this, I recall.
We've
Ah,
branched out a little bit.
so I see. I do have some gemstones if you're interested in buying, and
Oh, absolutely.
some jewelry and a very beautiful chalice.
Ooh, I do say I'm quite interested. Kensim's still in the back. He's working on some things for us. But let's take a look at what you've got here then.
Is this
Shall
the one that
we?
brought the gold statue?
I believe so, yes. You can
Yes.
actually see one of them set up in the corner of
Yeah,
the room.
they're the husbands, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe one's a tiefling, one's an orc, or half-orc.
So
What I have in my notes.
I will get out silver ring, the silver necklace, the fancy goblet, the ivory dragon statuette, and the smoky quartzes, the topazes, the not the emerald because Black's got that one, but the carnelians, the 3 carnelians as well. I think that was everything. Oh, and I've got some emerald and ruby dust. Oh no, Janine was separating that for me. I don't know if she got around to finishing it. I've got a note there.
I have not gotten around to finishing that, so I will have a look at that.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry.
don't worry about that for now then. I'll
So,
also bring out the lamp the amethyst lava lampy type
His
thing.
eyes light up looking at the lamp. But so let's go through the list. So the silver ring and the necklace, he kind of looks those over. Yes, these ones are quite good. Where did you find these? These are exceptional quality.
We often find ourselves in extraordinary places.
Oh, must be quite the adventure. So,
Always, darling.
I think for the two of these, I can give you 50 gold.
Okay.
Then, ooh, I do like this glass. Ooh, I think 30 gold for this one. I should be marking these off.
I'm making notes and writing it down.
Yeah, I should be marking them off in my notes so I don't repeat myself. Okay, what else we got here?
Ivory
Now,
dragon statuette.
That's pretty. Pretty. I think 20 gold for that one. Definitely. Roundabout, that should be good. Now, sorry, I can't. I just have to. And he kind of immediately starts looking at the amethyst, the storm in a jar.
All right, yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Where did
Something
you
you
find
often find.
this?
It's very rare.
It's magnificent. Oh, I do like this. You should come here more often, Quarantine. I like what you have to sell.
Always love coming to this place. You'll never know what treasures you can find, and I know you're always looking for. You've got a very
Discerning
good eye for these things.
Oh, yes, I certainly do. As you kind of catch him just looking over your shoulder at Klein.
Not even looking at Klein, I'm just going to smirk and just sort of nod my head, and I'm like, yeah. Tell me about it.
Okay, I think for this, I've simply got to buy this from you. I think I could give you...
Well, you're gonna have to give me a good price, because I am very tempted to keep this for myself.
Yes, you're very true there. You make a persuasion check for me, please. Okay.
As she's doing that, can I just flex my muscles in the background whilst holding the strong box of rifles, please?
Rifles?
Or guns?
Guns?
Weapons, you mean?
Weapons.
They're just
Weapons.
weapons. They're
Oh,
blades.
I was guns.
Scaradon made weapons.
Oh.
Scimitar,
Yeah.
spears, weapons like those.
Whilst holding the weapon cache, then.
I will take that into account.
Do I get advantage for that?
I'm taking it into account. It's affecting the DC.
Okay. Not bad, 22.
Okay.
And she's not lying, she is very tempted to keep it for herself.
Yeah, I actually meant to say I might keep that in my office, but I forgot. So you've got it.
Oh, Kensim did
Hey,
say
I'm
I
the
need
storm
to-
sorcerer here.
Yeah, no, fair.
Oh, that's so tempting. I could offer you probably 300 gold maximum for it. Only allowed so many purchases for pleasure. Have to run a business after all.
I know,
But this would be a
but
personal buy.
it's one of a kind.
Oh, that it certainly is. I've never seen something so magnificent. Oh.
Is he looking at the lamp, or is he looking at Klein?
He's looking at the lamp at the moment. Tell you what, don't tell Kensim, but I can go up to 350 for you.
You're a darling.
Not a problem. I know I very much am. So, what else do we have here? Is it
So
just
we've got-
gems left?
Yeah, 11 quartz, 7 topaz, and 3 carnelians.
Oh, plenty of material. Wonderful, wonderful. So, let's have a look at these. So, we've got some carnelians. Nice dark red colour. I'd say probably worth 40 gold piece. Oh. If I was any good at mathematics.
120. It says 3 carnelians.
There's 6 carnelians.
There's
6.
6? Oh, okay.
240 then.
Yeah, so 240 gold for the lot of the carnelians. What's not in high demand at the moment, I'm afraid. We've gotten a lot of that recently. Probably looking at about 20 gold pieces per, which 220 gold for a handful of gems. Not bad, not bad.
And 7 topaz.
7 topaz. Now, these are some fine specimens. Let's take a look. Yeah, we could do with some of these. I'd say about 100 gold pieces per, so 700 for the topaz. They're good quality.
Excellent.
And that appears to be it, unless your friend has anything to say.
He's just here as my muscle.
Ah, always good. I've been partial to the occasional walk around town with Kensim on my own.
I would be looking out for quarantine as I'm flying around, because
You would probably find her in the jewelers.
then I will come in and say, quarantine, I need about 2,000 gold's worth of emeralds. Can you haggle this for me, whatever magic you do with this?
That's going to be quite a lot of our...
No, I will pay for this. It is for me.
Right.
You looking for emerald, young man?
Yes.
We certainly do have a fair amount in stock, I believe.
About
About previous purchases.
2,000 gold's worth of emeralds. But I'm sure Quarantine can persuade you to give me at a better price because she is so good.
An interesting tactic there from your friend, Quarantine. But I can see where he's coming from. You do have a good reputation as a good customer and a favoured customer at that.
I bring you all the best things.
Yes.
Again, with the slight flex in the background from Klein after hearing Quarantine say that.
If you haggle the price on gems and get them for less than 2 grand, did it still count as a 2 grand component?
It's complicated.
Okay.
We should. I feel like it should be done in like volume rather than monetary value.
Yeah.
Because like half the time the monetary value of gemstones is completely arbitrary.
Yeah. But that's up to you, Jade. If you want to say I have to pay 2,000 for them, then I'll pay 2,000 for them. I don't care, really.
I'll say, as your friend has done me such a good deal on the amethyst device, I'll give you them for 1,800. How does that sound?
Okay, I'll hand over 1,800 for those.
Yep, and he'll give you enough weight of emerald that you need.
Okay, that's done. Thank you, Quarantine. And then I'll zip out the door and head off again. I'll head back to Janine. Jasmine? Where did that come from? Janine.
Fort Odd Heroes. We were talking about her earlier.
Ah, right.
An interesting fellow, Quarantine. So,
But very good with a blade.
I could imagine. Yeah, possibly. So, let's see there. I have completely lost track of all of the prices that I've given you.
So was that a ploy? Quarantine, make the best of it.
According to my calculations, I think it was about 1,750 gold.
1,750. Yeah, that sounds about right. 700 gold topaz, 220 for the quartz. Then, what was it? It was 50, 80, 100 for those, 250 for those. I've lost count again. Is that the honest amount? What's the honest amount?
1610.
1610.
I'm not going like way overboard, but you know, little. 10% ish on top, you know, finder's fee and all of that.
Yes. I believe that comes out to 1,610 gold pieces.
And that's not fair. I did the math here. It's not my fault you can't
I know.
count.
Unfortunately, James distracted me. And I did roll for it.
Well, there's a fine line, isn't there, of being a good repeat customer or scamming him out of his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has given you some good deals today.
1650?
Quarantine.
You know,
Okay.
anytime I find something good, I will come straight to you.
I know. But if I spend too much, Kenson will get upset. We can't be having that now, can we?
Darling, please?
You're going to break my heart. No, unfortunately, we've reached the line. Quarantine.
Very well.
Okay. So, there is your gold. Anything else, Miss Quarantine?
Not unless you're interested in buying other things.
It would depend on what the other things are. I have a budget for gemstones and jewelry that we can rework and resell. Anything particularly magical, I'd say, go to Naranor for. I think.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Everything else is...
You know, I visited there just the other day, and the entire shop was sideways. Don't ask me how he managed it, but that man is an enigma.
I never ask how Naranor manages anything, in all fairness, darling.
Probably the best for your own health. So, I believe that is everything.
Indeed.
So, have a wonderful day, darling. And I hope we get to see you again here soon.
Of course.
Klein will
As
give
you
him a
walk
big
out.
wave as they go.
He gives you a wink, fine.
I'll give him, you know, the mwah on the cheek. Mwah.
Yeah. As you leave, you may add your 1,620 gold to your inventory.
620?
Hmm?
He added an extra 10.
That's how many was in the bag.
Okay.
Klein really wanted to do something there, but then he also knows boundaries. For one thing.
Whenever that little voice in the back of your head says do something, do it. Go on. You know you ought to.
Yeah, I know, but potentially
too
screwing up the best deals you're going to get. What we know of so far from a jeweler's.
Retcon.
No.
So,
Okay.
next we're going to look for the best place to sell the Scaradon weaponry.
That is a hell of a question.
Would that technically be the city guard?
Not really. They tend to be pretty well equipped.
Maybe like a blacksmith's or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
blacksmiths.
Maybe one of the captains on the dock.
Also an option.
Mercenaries?
That's what I was thinking.
So. Yes, there is a blacksmith, I believe, attached to the crystal shapers. There should be, at least, anyway. I've not got my fully fledged notes. I've lost them for Orala's tomb, unfortunately. But
there's the Jade Crystal Shapers next to the Jade Smiths. Wavo in the Shapers? The turtle.
Yes. He was the other gemstone merchant that you could have visited.
But he would possibly buy the weaponry.
Possibly. You could try at magic item vendors. I'm sure I could figure out a blacksmith in short order as well.
I don't think they're magical, are they? They're just very well
No,
made.
they're just well-made weapons.
I think probably take our chances with that at the docks.
Okay, certainly.
Are you done for selling now then?
No.
Corn? Okay.
So go to Naranors.
Okay. So, as you're heading to Naranors, you'll quickly zip over to Zarut and Aldris. You two making your way through the city.
Yep.
Over the many bridges, this large concourse. Aldris, as you're kind of walking through the city, looking up at the giant tomb of Orala, make a history check with me.
Oh, goody.
With advantage.
With advantage, okay. $23.
23. You hear the voice in the back of your head. You've made this journey before. Interesting.
Yes, I
Many
was here
times.
a while back.
No, longer than that. The sky was different.
Really? Okay.
No walls. The walls you saw. Interesting. Oh. Captain's in the kitchen.
Yep. Low blood sugar just about.
I thought you were cooking up some sausages.
Tuna steaks.
Full of tuna.
Okay.
So what was it like?
Keep
before?
going. Interesting.
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm going to keep digging through your knowledge.
Very well. Well, we're off to sea. As
The wizard.
mentioned,
The wonderful Wizard of Oz?
no, Bethsire, the ornamental.
Ah, that one be good.
Orala's right
you-
hand.
Yes, Orala's consort.
When we get to the temple, I will look for one of the priests that we saw before.
That is a real good question.
If not, I will find any high-ranking priest.
I think by the next campaign or next time I pick up, I'm just going to sit down and actually write some proper notes. I'm
Well,
so
Well,
While you
excited this.
while you look for that, Aldous,
Ah, Captain.
I was hoping to make a large donation to Orala. Would that be best made to Bethsire or to you to
Well,
gift that?
generally, it would be best to go through myself, I think. But if you wanted to make a personal donation, that might be it depends on your reasoning, really. Are you wanting it to be from you or on behalf of the crew?
I suppose more on behalf of the crew, but this is my personal money rather than the crew's money.
Right. Well, I have the monies given to me earlier today, which I will be mentioning names of. So, if you want to give me the money, then I can do that. Or it's up to you. You can donate to Bethside directly, although that will probably... I mean, we could try it. Would I know whether it would be a good idea for somebody not affiliated with Orala to give a large donation? Would it look better coming from me?
You would suspect it would be all right coming from Zarut as the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Especially as Zarut would be seen as a follower of Al-Sir,
Yeah.
as that is who his ship sails under.
Yeah. Okay. So, Captain, yes, by all means, if you wish to give a separate personal donation, it will be warmly received, as all donations are.
And give that to Bethsire.
Well, let's see who's in the chamber with Bethsire first before we start, handing money to high-ranking consorts of Orala. There will probably be a minion that will deal with the actual money.
I'm certainly, you will have to forgive me, I am new to this. I'm happy to give a donation to Bethsaida and a separate one to Orala herself.
Well, any donation to Bethsaida will be a donation to Orala. This is what we do. We give to the Temple of Orala, and Bethsaida, as her consort and voice, will reward us for that.
Okay. So just one donation is fine then, okay.
Absolutely. So, find a high-ranking priest-ish, if we can. If we can find the one that we saw last time, perfect. If not,
as you enter the temple, kind of the front temple where the simplest worship goes on, it's busy. There's a lot of priests moving about.
okay, I will make sure my medallion is on show and my shield. I'll just sort of subtly move it so it's not covered by my hair or anything.
And your golden captain heads.
Oh yeah, my golden skulls on my belt are present for all to see. I would literally sort of like stretch myself up, look a bit taller. Normally I sort of walk stooped, but I will sort of raise up to my full height and start almost... I mean, can I make a wisdom roll to see if I can channel some of the being I was before? If you know what I mean.
Make a charisma roll for that.
A charisma roll. Okay, sure. Let's roll a charisma check. Come on, charisma check. You can do it. 23.
23. Okay. As you're walking along, Zarut, you swear for a moment that Aldris's hair seems to shimmer and become a little bit smoother, just for a moment.
Yeah, there's a sort of shine of gold from my hair, and then it's gone again, and I'm walking, almost striding through these priests that are, you know, so far down in the pecking order that they're not even worthy of my attention. I'm looking for the one in charge. With the bearing of somebody who is in charge.
As we're walking, I'll sort of do it. I won't say anything. It would just be like, he's on his game today.
As you start striding, like people kind of pull around you, and you see this large dragonborn woman, these brassy scales, wearing the kind of white and gold vestments. This is a different one. She's standing there, kind of looking at you. Approached.
Good morning.
Can I help you?
Certainly. I am Aldris Benoit. I have news for the Lord Bethsaida of important nature. Now, last time I was here, we went to his chambers to discuss a task that he had set us, and to provide the evidence of that task well done. So I'm once again asking for an audience with Lord Bethsaida.
I will inquire and see if he will speak with you.
My name is
She seems to be looking
Benoit.
down at you a little bit.
That's fine. My name is Aldris Benoit.
Aldris, good to know. Wait here. She walks up.
I'll just sort of look across at the captain. I don't think we'll have a problem here.
She returns after a moment. Yes, he will speak with you.
I thank you very much for your service. Here, and I will give 30 gold in her palm.
She looks
Just
at
sort of
it.
clasp her hand in mine, look up at her and go, a donation from the crew of the Elusive Tide from one eyeless
Good to know.
Tideswell for our safe passage. May the Queen protect us all. I'll let her hand go.
She then starts kind of counting the coin one by one as you walk past.
Not fast. I've forgotten her already. I'm just walking,
Yeah.
sweeping imperiously up.
Yeah.
And there were some stairs,
You
weren't there, that we went up
Yeah,
before.
you step up. You step up onto the opening of the top of the smaller pyramid at the front of the tomb, and you see the large. Is he brass? Or is he bronze? I think he's bronze.
Bronze.
Bronze or brass?
He is.
Whichever one's fire.
He's a brass dragon.
He's a brass dragon.
Yeah.
Brass dragon. So he's kind of laying there, kind of looking over the city, kind of looking down, and sees you walking up.
I will stop and bow. Lord Messiah, it is incredibly good to see you once more.
What do I owe this pleasure,
Well,
Aldous and
my captain, Zerut, captain of the Elusive Tide.
I'm so bow.
I believe the captain of the Elusive Tide was one Phineas.
There have been some interesting developments in the naming of certain individuals.
I see.
But
Many of
nonetheless,
us change names. Perfectly normal.
indeed.
So, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, and I'll just wait for Martin to reconnect.
And back.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a very interesting time of late. We have visited the below and the plane of water and met some interesting people, one of whom was called Ahandra the Sphinx. You may have remembered her. She's been around for a very long time.
The
There's-
Sphinx would likely outdate me.
Right. She is trapped in the city. The once great city. And I've forgotten the name of it now. Shit.
I believe it's the Shining City.
Trapped in the remains of the shining city that is below the waves.
He looks at you quizzically. You stand in the remains of the Shining City, Aldous. I
But
would
this,
expect you to know this.
but this is a different part of the city, held in the plane of elemental water. She has asked of us a task to find her mate, one Ahanamura. And as a servant of Orala, as she certainly is,
Anamura.
I have accepted this task and would plead for your
Interesting.
help in any information
Interesting.
you could give us to see this through. And I have some donations from the crew of the Elusive Tide, of course.
Good to know.
There is some here from a quarantine Peyton
Please
something.
hand the
And I
donations to
will
the
look
priests.
around for a
Aldous.
priest. Is there a priest in range?
A priest will come up and
Yeah.
take them.
And this larger
Accept them,
donation
accept the names.
from Klein Morrowind.
And I also would like to make a donation of 1,000 gold pieces.
Ah, interesting. He turns and looks back at the temple for a moment. Interesting. Captain Zerut, you said, yes.
Yes.
Gather your crew here tomorrow morning. I believe the Queen has requested audience with you. Something about that name, Kanamura, has reminded her, it would seem, and she would speak with you.
Is
You
the-
and the
Sorry.
group of you.
Is the voice of Ahandra still in my head at all?
Yeah, she's kind of puzzling and going, interesting dragon. And when she hit, as that name kind of hits you, the Kanamura. Yes, that is the name. That is the name. It's. Oh, I wish time would pass faster up there. It already does. I have to wait minutes for every update from you. Yes. More information, Aldris. Keep it up.
I won't say anything until I turn to the captain and look at him expectantly.
Expectantly?
Lord Bethsire, the captain would be honoured to gather his crew here for you tomorrow morning.
Sorry. It would be my honour.
Wonderful. I suggest to you, Captain, you keep hold of your donation and hand it to her personally. I'm sure she would be most pleased. Alcea is one of her favoured, certainly.
Thank you.
And you hear a voice in your head just for a moment, as is the other that speaks with you. Another matter before you leave. The egg, I trust it was safely protected.
Yes. I will let the captain reveal the interesting facts about the egg.
We tracked the egg to a place far north of here. We did great battle and we recovered the egg. And it hatched. Into a elemental serpent of some sort.
I was worried what else it would hatch into.
I believe the thieves were trying to corrupt the egg into producing something different, I think. But we managed to rescue it in time, and it has seemingly bonded with my first mate and is staying with us.
Quarantine. Good. Then we stand a chance. That is good to know. You have succeeded well, and I suspect the Queen would reward you for this.
It will be good to see my queen again. I shall bow very low.
You hear the voice, Aldris. Yes. I would like to see the face of the one who forgot me.
I will try very hard not to respond, given whose presence I'm in.
Make a
Oh no.
persuasion or deception check at advantage.
They're both the same. I'll go with persuasion. $21.
Okay. Poker face. You're cool.
Yeah. Poking faces.
Okay. So,
I just had the image of Aldous getting back up and his jaw just kind of clicking a little bit and offsetting everyone and just.
That happens sometimes.
So, Bethsire will nod and say, I will see you in the morning then. Safe rest.
Indeed, and to you, Lord Bethsire. Make our way out of the chamber and back to wherever we're going to ship or whatever the captain wants to do.
Okay. So, Lack, you get back to the ship.
Okay.
Find Janine already kind of like patting the emerald that you've given her.
I'll give her
Hello.
I have
You
you,
fly first.
and I'll put 2,000 gold's worth of emeralds out for her.
Okay, I shall get to work. It may take me a little while. So, is there a jadesmith here? I vaguely remembered there being one mentioned.
There is it. It is the one that created this in the first place.
Ah, good. I may go visit there.
Is there anything I can get you while you do this? Any
No,
service I can do for you?
absolutely fine. Thank you.
Okay. And I'll leave my emerald bolt slinger with her, of course, so she can work on it.
Okay.
And then
She
I'm going
heads
to
off
head
into the
to
city.
one of the taverns and get my guitar out and just sit in a corner and gently play, as you do, as bards do, and just keep my ears and eyes open for any news as per Quarantine's
First
request.
of all, make a performance check, and then make a perception check for me, please.
21 for the performance check.
Very nice.
And 14 for the perception check.
Ooh, okay. Performance will affect your thing. So you begin to perform, and people are interested. They kind of come along and listen. The barkeeper kind of looks over and gives you a nod. I believe that's the Dark Elven bar. You kind of listen out as you're playing, listening to conversations. Everybody kind of hone your... Oh, pardon me. Hone your hearing to the conversations. You hear vague stories of the Temple of Orala being really a buzz as of late. Apologies, this is really bugging me. Keep hiccuping. Great first session back. I'm doing so well.
It's
right.
fine.
Hear rumors of the temple being a buzz. There's lots of activity. Nobody's really quite sure why. There's been rumors of ships with a pair of blue-crossed swords as their sigil about. There's rumors of what kind of god do they follow? It's like people claiming that they're godless and being aghast at the thought and saying that they have to take some down then. And apparently they seem to be congregating at an island known as Menzenor, Menzennor, which is, if we show the map, you would know this, Lack, is this smaller island to the south of Orala's tomb.
Okay.
So that seems to be the and that seems to be it. There are a couple of last one you did actually reach this because of your performance check. There seems to be tales of people going missing as well. People being stolen off of ships and from homes and disappearing and not being seen again.
Okay. I'll just spend the rest of the day in there just doing the same, just gently strumming on my guitar and listening.
Okay. We will wrap over back to Quarantine and Klein then. So you two have got a couple of crates of Scaradon weapons and a gold-plated jeweler's loop set.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the the hoops. Okay. Go down to the docks first. See if I can find what looks to be a mercenary type ship. Maybe.
There's lots of ships about. You make a perception check for me, please.
I definitely know this as well from.
You can both make perception checks. Then.
Yeah.
13.
13.
Slightly rolling better. 18.
18. You kind of look about and you see a good few ships, though mostly kind of more exploratory. You see a lot of Orala dedicated ones, Bethsaida dedicated ones. But you do spot one that kind of catches your eye. Lime green field with a black cobra on it. One of the more mercantile factions within Orala. Ships that sail under Shishirin. And that strikes you as possibly the best place to go.
Ed Sheeran, you said, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They all worship Orala in the end.
I'll just sort of be looking at flags at the moment and go, the Shishiran ship, I think. Do you agree?
Bless you, Quarantine.
Of course. Follow me. Head towards the Shishiran, the Ed Sheeran ship.
Every DM has this problem. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's you head on over and you see this absolute unit. They kind of remind you of Proshka a bit, except for the fact that they are a massive fucking snake person with a full hood on their head. They kind of look down and say, "And who is this who approaches the ship?"
Good day to you. I am a first mate Quarantine Prayton Prescott from the Elusive Tide.
Elusive Tide. And they kind of look across the dock, looking. Alcir,
That is correct.
an ally of ours. I can retrieve my officer in command if you wish to speak with them.
If you would not mind, that would be very gracious of you.
Please remain here.
Of course.
And they step up, and you see this. Hang on, I've got a thing for this.
You've killed me, Dan.
You see this black-haired gentleman step out. You see pale skin with these like green scales all kind of across him. He is in the same kind of ballpark as Eyeless in terms of like hot boyness. He is completely topless, just wearing these loose baggy pants, a pair of scimitars at his side, and he steps down. So you are the ones my god speaks of. What can I help you with?
My name is Quarantine. On one of our ship's journeys, we came across some very well-made Scaradon weapons. I was wondering if you were interested in purchasing them.
Might I take a look?
Of course. Klein, if you would.
And I just down on the ground and open them up.
He steps over and takes a look. Kind of reaches in and looks. May I?
By all means.
He takes out one of the Kopeshes and kind of swings it around. And a quick flurry of motion comes to a point where he has you in a lock with the blade up against your throat.
Who?
Looks up at you, Quarantine.
Okay. I'll just sort of trace a finger down the blade. Excellent quality, wouldn't you agree?
Releases you and kind of flourishes it about a little bit. I like them.
Punch him,
You
Clive.
have excellent control of your weapon, sir.
Yes, I do. I've trained for many years. So, you've got a couple
Are
of
you
crates.
interested?
I certainly am. These are good weapons and will work well for my crew. Where perchance did you find some?
We recently came from a Scaradon city up north and encountered a ship on the way and... Can't hear you, Ash.
We were attacked.
Wasn't it Blue
We
Blades?
salvaged these from some attackers.
It was a Blue Blade ship, wasn't it? So you could mention
Yeah.
that.
Hackers. Oh, they didn't happen to have a pair of blue-crossed swords on their flag, did they?
Bingo.
They did indeed.
Ah, good.
They
good.
don't anymore.
Makes me like these weapons even more. They're good quality, and I could use some for my crew. I will give you 2,000 for the 2 crates.
From his stature, since coming down and everything, does it look like if we were to, would he budge on that?
Make an insight check.
Yay!
First one of the year, guys, and I'm doing it.
Indeed.
That's one of the era. It's either going to be monumentally good or monumentally bad.
Very true. 13.
13. He's really hard to read, this guy. It's almost as if he doesn't even have emotion. It's very strange. You're not sure.
I just kind of look down to Quarantine and just kind of like shrug and shake my head as if to say, yeah.
You think we could go 2,200?
Yeah. Human thing, haggling. And it looks you over. Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Rolled off a natural 20, 16.
16. Do you 2,000.
You're a
Fortunately,
hard
rolled a
man
19.
to haggle with.
Fortunately, rolled a 19 on the roll, so
Very well.
wonderful doing business with you.
And I'll reach out to shake his hand.
And he'll shake it very gently, and then kind of snap his fingers, and you see a couple more of those large snake-like figures come out and lift the boxes as he kind of produces a bag for you. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
May your voyages be successful.
Oh, certainly. And may the stone scaled watch over you, little birdie. And he kind of saunters back up onto the deck of his ship.
I will go. Completely forgot about the jeweler's loops. We must go back to Horntusk.
That's for you know.
Tusks and Ram.
On the
Unless
way.
you want to go back now that we've got rid of the heavy items.
No, just want to get some rum
Point
for
this
the
out.
ship.
He did say that he had expended all of his money on gems and luxury items.
He
Might
said he
not-
had a limited budget.
But he also said that he'd overspent.
We can see, but yeah, I'll come with you because I'll get some more rum for the ship. I think we went through it all that last time.
I would suggest that you oil up Klein and send him in alone to sell the jeweler's items.
That's probably the best plan, to be honest.
Because that's gonna go well. I'm up for it. Fuck it, let's do it.
So what's going on? I missed that. I was writing stuff down.
The plan is to send me into the jewelers alone,
Oiled up.
oiled up, but that doesn't have to happen to see if I can sell them.
Oh no, quarantine will help you oil up.
The thing,
Yeah.
Ram was initially an attempt to try and get a handle on just the sheer evocativeness of quarantine. It's just turned into making Klein even worse. Okay, so you head back to Horntusks.
Yeah, I'll kind of leave, put my hand out outside to get the loops from Quarantine, and just kind of be like, rough price, just so I know.
I have an idea how much they might be worth,
Make
considering they're gold. And
make an intelligence check for me, looking them over.
do I get advantage for that since I'm used to doing this kind of thing?
I'll say yes, because you're relatively familiar with Elven archaeology and history.
Oh, non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. Okay. Just checking something. Apologies. Yeah, it was Ram. That was his name. It would help if this book wasn't falling apart as well. Right, so the set of golden loops and such was worth roughly, with that roll, roughly 250 gold, I reckon. They're finely made, but definitely more of a decorative piece.
250 at a minimum, but try not to go any lower than 300 if you can.
What do? I'll kind of go in.
Oh, 1 second, Klein, and I'll just sort of, you know,
How long do you do that for?
couple of minutes.
Just to make it sure it's all rubbed in properly.
That was longer than a second, but I'll let you get away with it. And I'll walk into the shop.
Yes, oh, hang on. We have a customer. Hello, how can I... Oh, you're back.
Hello, Ran. You right?
Doing perfectly fine. I don't think I ever caught your name when we were discussing.
It's Klein.
Lime. Lovely name.
Oh, thank you.
Name. So, what have you come back for?
Well,
I'm sure that we can provide.
Miss Quarantine forgot something, and she's just sent me back.
Hang on.
That
keeps happening. Sorry, I missed that.
Miss Quarantine has forgot something when we were last here, and she's just sent me back just to see if you'd like to purchase it.
What would this be?
And very very intently, he will go into his like little side packs where you would put them in, pull out these rings, and just kind of like lean whilst flexing his muscles on the counter and just having them in the palm of his hand.
Interesting. Some very fine loops. Well, I know that I'd want to buy them, but unfortunately I'll have to get the expert to come and have a look at them.
It's absolutely fine.
Kensum, darling. And after a couple of seconds, you see this very large, muscular half-orc walk in with these kind of like set of goggles and loops on his head. He kind of takes them. Yes. Hello.
Hello there. You right?
What did you want me for? This fine gentleman has got some fine equipment here. I thought you might want to take a look at it. Okay. And he kind of leans down, picks up a couple of loops. It's not bad. Bit gaudy, but not bad. Would be nice to have. Good decorative piece. I was just thinking that. Not great for use, though. Definitely just decorative. Okay. I'd say possibly 250 gold for them.
And if Quarantines are watching, you'll kind of see Klein pause there and try and remember what she said. And then kind of be like, 250, did you say? Wow, that's quite a lot. Let's make it 220, seeing as though you did such a good deal the last time as well, yeah?
Perfect.
Ensim just looks at you with this like, what? And Ram just smiles. So it's like, darling, you are so very much my type.
Well, it's got to work both ways, right?
You're very kind. You're very kind, but we don't like to cheat our customers. think we will do 250.
If you insist.
There we are. And they will purchase them from you for 250.
Thank you. Nice to see you again, and hopefully it won't be too long next time.
Oh, certainly. Do come back soon.
We'll try to.
And Ram gives you a bit of a wink, and then is suddenly kind of shocked as Kensim kind of like lightly punches him. He's like, sorry.
And I will leave and yeah, get back to quarantine.
And how did it go?
Well, you said they were 250. They offered 250, so I said yes.
You didn't attempt to haggle?
Well, I did, but it didn't go well. I said they could have him for 220 because they did a deal for us, but they said no, we don't like to cheat us, so they gave us 250 for him.
And that sound you can hear is quarantine's head breaking.
You know what, Klein? Take an inspiration if you don't have one already. That's just, it's the second time round. It's even funnier. I fucking love it. So good.
Right. Well, maybe next time you can just be the showpiece rather than the haggler.
That'll work both ways, right, though?
Trust me, they're going to make more out of it than we will, because they know what to do with them.
I think we're safe to say that Klein counts as a himbo. I think he definitely meets the criteria.
For sure.
Maybe a little bit too violent. I don't know.
So I'll give quarantine the 250 gold, and then on the way back we just export things. I'll pick up a couple of casks of rum again. Take them to
I'd say for some. Do you want some good rum?
I probably will do actually for what we've just been through as a crew and a ship.
Okay.
So
I say you can get. Oh, actually, I have a thing for this. I should be using my thing for this. I'm so prepared. Hang on. The nice high quality rum. You can probably get 2 barrels for about 30 gold.
yeah, that's cool, and probably add on
casks.
a couple of gold because I will also get bulking some fine fish as well.
Okay, we'll call it around 40 then.
Yeah, cool.
Not a problem. So, with Lack doing some listening, Perkins doing some reading, Eyeless will come to you.
Okay.
So you are heading over to check out the ships.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, there's a couple of small brigantines. You see one is called the Wax, the other is called the Wane.
Symmetry is not lost on him. So
And you can see that various people are kind of wandering aboard, sorting out supplies, doing all sorts of important work.
He will glide along the dock in between the two.
Okay.
Are either of the captains on deck?
Make a perception check.
18.
18.
Not great.
You see what appear to be a pair of pale red-skinned tieflings, one on each ship, kind of ordering. They look to be twins, possibly.
Right. So he will let sort of the glow from the capstone of his staff intensify just for a moment and then drop back. Just
Okay. You see one of them kind of looks over. Looks over it, looks down at you. Seems to call out something to her crew and kind of steps down from the ship. She's stepping down from the waxing.
Good day, Captain.
Hello. How can I help you? Hello.
I am seeing if the brothers and the sisters of the mother have any information to trade.
You've certainly found a brother and sister. I'm Hope, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I am Eyeless. It is good to meet fellow wanderers of the mother.
My brother Wish may be a little busy at the moment, but I can
That's
certainly help you with any aid you need.
I would not take this to many others, but we are, myself and my crew, we are quite an eclectic bunch. We are
I see.
Elusive Tide over the way.
Oh, we have heard of the Elusive Tide. Been told to watch out and aid them should they be in trouble. So,
yes.
She gives a curtsy.
Yes, we have been on quite the adventure, but we are seeking a Sphinx.
Sphinx?
And we are wondering whether any of the mother has guided anybody or laid any tidbits of information as is her way.
He kind of stares up to the sky, looking at the moon that's visible in the day sky. Ah. Unfortunately, I've not heard of any such, but the mother has given me a sense of reunion, so you may be close.
It is good to know. And if you could, what has brought all these ships into port, let alone 2 of the mother ships?
Oh, well, there's been much rumour of the godless ships being abound the waters lately. The ones that...
The bastard blades.
I would not put it in such harsh terms, but yes, blue blades have been...
Having crossed swords with them on many occasions, I would put that is the kindest way I would put it.
Ah.
May the mother rot their souls.
She kind of gives you a bit far look, but well, perhaps something that I would experience to come.
I apologize. This is not becoming of one of my calling, but had you seen and experienced what we had, you would feel much the same.
I can only imagine. We have seen and been told that they carry a plague amongst them, one that is pale and unsettling.
If you see any worms, bat of white, lamprey mouths, do not let them touch you or your crew.
No. I would ensure to warn my crew of this. It is good to know. But we fear the Blue Blades may be planning something. And that is why the mother has guided us here. We are...
Are you to fight them?
Possibly. Should they begin an attack, we will be on hand. There's rumors say that they have been gathering around here. The Isle of Menzeno, just to the southwest of here.
Suspect we will encounter them before long. You keep it to yourselves, but I believe that we are headed for Skywatch.
Interesting. Interesting. Ah. Thank you for this information. Your warnings will be heeded with great care.
If I am not stepping too far, perhaps when your crews have performed their duties, I would like to speak observance with the mother. tonight?
I'm sure we can figure something out. We will be taking off hours shortly, so we may see you in some of the taverns.
Perhaps, but I will be on the shoreline at high tide.
I do have a further question for you.
Of course.
We are also given another mission by the mother. Apparently it has been some time since she has heard from the Melody's purpose, and this is giving us grave worry.
That was the ship that dropped me off to the Elusive.
Yes, that was the ship that you and Balkan were riding on. It was heading south to investigate something with Marquez.
The last we heard of it was when she dropped myself and my companion off with the crew of the Elusive Tide. She was drawn south on a mission investigating something related to Marquez.
I see.
Is she still missing then?
We have not heard from her in some time, according to the mother. We're not sure why. Though that said, did you say her name to? Did you say your name to her? I just want to check. Yeah. That said, Isla, she said yes. She had spoken of worry about you as well. So we can only hope.
Captain Melody is headstrong, and she will abide the mother's word to the letter.
Captain Melody is an inspiration to all.
I do not deny that, but even the inspirational can sometimes be headstrong.
Oh, certainly. Certainly. But we would be delighted to join you in some prayer and meditation this evening. That is what you are planning.
It is, and it has been some time since I've had a flock to share.
Well, we would be delighted to hear one of your sermons.
Well, till this evening then. And if you do hear anything of the Sphinx or anything of Melody, please
Be sure to inform you.
I have a feeling before long we will have we'll be up to our necks in it.
Yes. Well, we can... And she smiles a bit, kind of like enjoying the joke to herself. Well, we can certainly hope and wish that the future will be bright for us all.
Of course.
And she gives another curtsy and kind of, I must return to my ship.
Mother's blessings go with you.
Certainly, may the moon guide you, Iris.
And you just see him sort of like basically turn and glide away.
Iris has a skateboard under his robes.
So, what I'll say is, does anyone have anything in particular that they would like to do to relax this evening?
I've still got more
assume-
stuff
Or
to
reading.
sell, but
You've got more stuff to sell? Oh, magic items, yes. I think what I'll say then is we're 20 past 10, and I'm going to have to write some stuff of that. So, we'll say is we will finish off there with that conversation with Captain Hope of the waxing.
Cool.
It's
India.
amazing how crappy the names I can come up with on the fly. I have been
That's
all over
fine.
the place. I do apologise.
No,
but
Whilst-
there's no
we-
apology needed.
Whilst that was happening, I would have probably gone back to the ship with the rum and that and made sure Balkan got his fish.
Yes. The only other
I'm
thing
not
I
there.
would...
I'm playing darts.
Yes, Balkan is off playing darts. You do get back to the ship and you can see Kirkin sat reading, and you see Orkana sat across from him, just kind of looking at him quizzically.
Okay.
But that is where we will finish off for today.
Cool.
Cool.
Marvellous.
Well, good to be back. Thank you, Jay. That was awesome.
Yes.
Fun.
One minor clarification on the world,
Yes.
because I'm not used to quite this level of high fantasy. We're in a world where a god can have a mortal consort who's looking after her temple.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it
Oh.
is a dragon.
Trust
I
me.
know, like, mortal is kind of stretching it a bit, but
I
still.
will say, Orala is probably the most complicated that my gods get. There's a lot that you guys do not know about Orala.
Sire is known
About
as the
Orkana? Was that a Freudian slip?
Not
Orala is Orkana.
quite.
Got a
Secret is
god on
out.
board.
Yeah. I mean, Bethsire is basically a demigod.
Betsire's
Sire is known as the ornamental.
yes.
So he's arm
He's
arm
arm
candy.
candy for Orala. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe I
I suppose if
wrote
you're
in
happy
his
with that.
He
I
has
have down
wielded
in his little bio
Yeah.
that he was sent as a emissary by the dragons to Fralakmir,
Yep.
and then realised that the pirates are far more in control, and kind of went to the pirates. And apparently, the story goes that Orala got one look at him and his shiny scales and said, "Mine," and
It's fair.
he couldn't really.
And
say
he was
no.
okay with that.
I mean,
He seems to be.
Yeah, fair enough.
that
Just
may
got
all
really
change
cute.
tomorrow. Of course. Because,
Yeah.
You might get to meet her.
yeah, I'm kind of
Is
a little bit afraid of how that's going to go tomorrow.
That is one part of my world that I should note, is that a lot of the gods very much have physical forms in the world. Like the shipwrecked one shot I did took place on the back of Tide Rays.
Yeah.
It was part of the story of that. All of them do have physical forms that exist.
Can possibly be concerned because you've got an angry spurned sphinx in your head or
I
anything
mean,
like that.
a little bit. Plus, that I think Aldris has some issues, other than the obvious, with historical events. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So that might rear its head as well. So, bring your best weapons.
Need to find out why our friend
fighting a
is looking at me
sphinx
funny.
was not bound to go well. Fighting a god, I think it's going to be worse.
Fighting a god with a massive amount of wealth.
Yeah. I know.
Whose
Look at them in
consort
gold.
is
It's
an
gonna
adult brass dragon.
it's
good
gonna
idea.
go fine. It'll be fine. We'll all have a lovely cup of tea and it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cup of tea, bacon butty, on our way.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that's us for tonight. Thank you all very much for players and our lovely pirate master. We will be back on Sunday for the Investigators, where things are spicy. We of course will be back here as well next Tuesday for the meeting of Orala, which should be incredibly interesting. So, all just remains for me to say our usual: if you liked it and you enjoyed it, we love you. You're great. You're the best thing ever. If you didn't like it, however, well, off you fuck.